Hello and welcome back to my humble show, but just so you know, it has been quite some time since I have recorded any videos, so my apologies if I'm a little rusty. Trust me, I have wanted to record. Try as I might, I can't fight the feeling, but as appealing as it may be to record and upload, I just haven't been able to pull it off. I'm going to give it another go, see how things go throughout the rest of the week. Hopefully I can speak on some more news in the very near future, but for now, I'm just going to speak on this particular topic. A sad topic from the day. Broken news. I'm going to break it down for you, though, quick, fast, and in a hurry before I scurry off to bed to rest my weary head. I need to. I really do. But, yes, my condolences to the Trump family, as you can see by the title of the video, and also, courtesy of this post on X, posted by Melania Trump herself earlier in the day. It is with deep sadness that I announce the passing of my beloved mother, Amalija Knavs, and my apologies if I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly, was a strong woman who always carried herself with grace, warmth, and dignity. She was entirely devoted to her husband, daughters, grandson, and son-in-law. We will miss her beyond measure and continue to honor and love her legacy. So put the politics aside for a moment. But let me know in the comments below what you think, what you know. If you know something about the family that I don't know, I would be happy to know. I'm all about learning, so let's do some learning, and then we can turn the page on this story, this sad story. As they always are, you know, we can all relate to this to one extent or another, I'm sure. So that's why I'm saying, regardless of what your personal politics might be, push that aside just for a second. Just for a second. Or two. As will I. As I move on. Here's a photo of mother and daughter duo. Melania and Amalija. Amalija and Melania. This one courtesy of ALX on X. Melania Trump's mother, Amalija Knavs, has passed away. He had that to say. Prayers up. Praying hands. Yes, indeed. I agreed. And now I proceed on to this photo of Donald Trump with Amalija Knavs. This from Inside Paper. Melania Trump's mother, Amalija Knavs, has died. The former First Lady announced on Tuesday night. She was 78 years of age. Approximately the same age as Donald Trump himself. So, yes. His mother-in-law is approximately the same age as him. Or was, I should say. Rest in peace. This is a very sad night for the entire Trump family. Donald Trump says, I'm not sure what their family dynamic is like. Sometimes I wonder. I really, really do. But, hey, I could wonder that about any family. Because families are very dynamic, aren't they? And this from Donald Trump on his personal social media account. Well, his truth social account, that is. This is a very sad night for the entire Trump family. Melania's great and beautiful mother, Amalija, has just gone to a beautiful place in the sky. She was an incredible woman and will be missed far beyond words. I'm just giving you the basics here. You probably already heard about this by now if you are someone who keeps up with the news, as I do. But I do have a couple of articles to read through and react to. Amalija Knavs, mother of Melania Trump, dies at 78 years of age. And this is an article from Politico. The Slovenian immigrant became an American citizen during her son-in-law's presidency. So not too long ago. And here on the screen in front of you is a photo, which I will pause in order to use as a thumbnail. There we go. Yeah, a photo of Amalija and her husband, Victor. This was back in 2019 when she was looking fit as a fiddle. Apparently she was somewhat brittle, though I'm not sure exactly what her cause of death was. I'm not so sure. We will find out in this particular article or the next. But if you know something I don't know, let me know in the comments below. And if new news breaks in the near future, I may or may not find the time, or at least the energy, to record a show about that. Amalija Knavs, the mother of former First Lady Melania Trump, has died at the age of 78. Trump announced the death late Tuesday without disclosing the cause. Highlighted portion there. Without disclosing the cause. There you have it. I can skip past these statements. These are just the statements I've already read for you from the social media accounts of the Trumps. Donald Trump said at a New Year's Eve celebration at his Mar-a-Lago estate that his mother-in-law was very ill and his wife was with her at a hospital in Miami. And I actually have that pull up in a separate article as well. So stick around and find out what that's all about. But he did say, it's a tough one, a very tough one. That's what he said when she was in the hospital. So it wasn't completely unknown that she was having some health complications of some sort. During the Trump presidency, the First Lady's mother lived in New York along with her father, Victor Knavs, and occasionally appeared at the White House. Amalija Knavs was at a 2018 ceremony where the First Lady debuted her Be Best public awareness campaign to help children. This is a very sad night for the entire Trump family, Trump wrote on his social media site, Truth Social, and more words within quotations. So I'll skip past that as well. Melania Trump sponsored her parents' immigration to the United States, and they took the oath of office to become citizens at a New York City courthouse in 2018 while Trump was president. The Slovenian immigrants, a former car dealer and textile factory worker, had been living in the U.S. as permanent residents. Their lawyer said at the time that they applied for citizenship on their own and didn't get any special treatment. And some might debate that, but again, that's for another show. The Knavs which is a very strange thing to say. The Knavses, raised Melania, born Melanija, or however you pronounce that, in the rural industrial town of Sevnica, where Slovenia was under communist rule. Slovenia was part of Yugoslavia until becoming independent in 1991. She attended high school in the Slovenian capital. Have no idea how to pronounce that, so I won't even try, but I'll highlight it for you on the screen. And changed her name to Melania Knavs. They really like their K's and N's there. It's a different K-N word. When she started modeling. So a bit of a stage name for her. I guess she settled in New York in 1996 and met Trump 2 years later. They married in 2005. Quite a bit of time spent dating. Another article, this one from the New York Post. I don't know if there's anything new here. It's not like the Washington Compost has much to offer on a ongoing basis. Did I say New York Post a moment ago? I'm not sure. Either way, it's the Washington Post. Or shall I say the Washington Compost. Here's another photo. This one a year more recent than the other photo. This one of the husband and wife once again. But I'll scroll on down here. Amalija Knavs, the mother of former First Lady Melania Trump, has died, Trump said Tuesday in a social media post. Don't mean to take any of this for granted. I just don't want to repeat anything. I'm trying to turn this podcast into a pod. In other words, shorten bittersweet. Yeah, she was an incredible woman and will be missed far beyond words, he wrote. Knavs was born on July 9, 1945, in, lo and behold, another set of words which I cannot pronounce, so I'll highlight that for you as well. But moving on, Austria, that's where that is. She was a pattern maker in a textile factory, while her husband, Victor, Melania Trump's father, was a car dealer and chauffeur. They lived in Slovenia before moving to the United States. More of that history. The couple became American citizens in August of 2018 after a years-long immigration process in which they first became legal permanent residents, probably through a family reunification process that Donald Trump had derided as chain migration and proposed abolishing during his time as president, the Washington Post reported at the time. So, of course, they had to get their political digs in this article. That's why they are indeed the Washington Post. They will politicize any death they can get their hands on. Now, that's not too many details there, but I'm just saying. He was referring to a long-standing policy designed to make it easier for U.S. citizens to sponsor their parents and siblings for legal residency in the United States. Why on earth Andrew Jung, the reporter who wrote this article, felt the need to end this article about a 78-year-old woman's death on immigration policy, I'm not so sure, but take it for what it's worth. Backtracking a little bit to a number of months ago, some somewhat unrelated headlines. I'm just going to breeze through all of this, and it will connect. This from The Sun, or shall I say, the U.S. Sun. Funeral fury. Jill Biden and First Lady slammed over a photo op at Rosalind Carter's funeral as fans rushed to Melania Trump's defense. Melania sparked fury online with her rare public appearance. So, yeah, back in November, the end of November of last year. Wow, hard to believe it's now 2024. Jimmy Carter's wife, Rosalind Carter, passed away. And so all the former presidents and first ladies were showing up. And among them was Melania Trump. Though she was by herself, I'm not sure if that's because Donald Trump was not invited. I can't remember, frankly. But that was interesting because, on the one hand, you had Democrats spinning the fact that she was wearing a gray dress coat instead of a black one. So they were saying that she was trying to demand attention. On the other hand, Republicans were praising her just for showing up. They were saying that she was being graceful and gracious just by the fact that she was there. And if that's true, then what does that say about Donald Trump? Was he a coward for not being there? And how could he be a coward if he wasn't invited? But then again, I don't know if he was or not. So that's all hearsay, right? Well, not here because it's old news. So not really here in this moment. And neither is this, but I'm just connecting some dots here. This was one of her previous public appearances. That's what I'm getting around to. And you can see her here in the front row. Well, I don't know if you can or not. This image is very small. Let me enlarge it a little bit. There you go. The first ladies there. Obama, Bush, Clinton. Previous first ladies. And I see Kamala Harris there in the background with her husband, Doug. I believe this is Bill Clinton over here next to Hillary Clinton. Here's another photo. But yes, people were wondering at the time why her and her husband, Donald Trump, were not being seen together. And later on, even, around the holidays, around Christmas, I should say, they were still separate. They were separated. So let me get into that. The Trump's Mar-a-Lago family photo. Kimberly Guilfoyle shares festive snap, including Donald, Barron, Ivanka, Don Jr., Jared, and Tiffany under the tree, but with no Melania. So those were the headlines at the time. People were wondering, are Donald and Melania having a falling out? What is this all about? So here's the photo. Very blurry photo here. I'll pull it up in a separate article just because it's a little bit clearer. But also, after showing you this, I will explain what might already be clear to you. Melania was not in this photo with the rest of the family because she was spending time with her mom, her ill mom, who has now passed away. So that explanation has come to fruition. And all of those headlines of speculation were all for nothing. But yes, at the beginning of this year, we get this from Business Insider. Donald Trump explains why Melania is missing from Christmas card and campaign trail, which leads to the question of whether or not, now that what has happened, she will end up on the trail at some point. I don't know. The other candidates have their spouses out and about with them, but not Donald Trump. And, Melania Trump isn't exactly looking for that sort of attention, that sort of political attention, but we'll see what happens. Is the mystery of the missing Melania Trump solved? Donald Trump addressed his wife's absence from a family Christmas photo that caused tongues to wag in recent days. The photo taken at Mar-a-Lago featured most of the Trump family, including their 17-year-old son, Barron, who is very tall, which leads to more speculation, of course. Melania's father, and other notables, which is interesting because, and I believe this is him right here, Melania Trump's father was in this photo, but her mother was not. Her mother was at the hospital, and Melania was with her. But hey, I'm sure the husband, Victor, I believe his name is, had been spending plenty of time with his wife. I would hope so. And before I lose my track, let me play this video. Before I lose my train of thought, I should say. Before I lose my track. That works. Here you go. Donald Trump speaking for himself.
Melania, great first lady, so popular, the people love her. She's right now in a hospital with her mother. Her mother, Amalija, is very ill, but hopefully she'll be recovering. But she's been very ill, so I just want to say hello to the first lady we just spoke. We're down in Miami, and a great hospital, and hopefully that'll be okay. But it's a tough one. It's a very tough one. So she sends her love to everybody, and she knows probably about 95% of the people in the room. And we just want to wish Amalija that she gets better as quickly as possible.
So he's wishing his mother-in-law well there, explaining why Melania wasn't around at the time. You see the New Year banner in the background, so yeah. You know what time it is.
Also, just we look at Mar-a-Lago. Most of you are members. A couple of you snuck out. They're scalping tickets out. So do you believe it? They're getting $10,000 a ticket.
Okay, he's talking numbers again, so I can move on from that and on to this. But this is just more of the same old, same old. I don't want to talk about her and her gray dress, or whatever the technical terminology is for the color of that dress. Too many articles pulled up here. You don't want to see that. You don't need to see that. Not here, not now, not ever. So I guess that's that. That is that. And this is this. This is me saying goodbye. Good night, good morning, whatever the case may be. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Keep in touch. Keep in tune. New content is coming soon. Peace.